Hey everyone, I'm going to be showing you how to get this Ariel look. I'm going to be doing the makeup and showing you how I apply my wig. So if you want to know how to do this look, then just keep watching. The first thing I'm going to do is put in my colored contacts. I got these from my eye doctor, so they are Fresh Look Air Optics colors, and they are in brilliant blue. They are prescription because I am nearsighted. And so you can kind of see what it looks like over brown eyes. The next thing I'm going to do is grab this Physicians Formula Healthy Glow Bronzer. And I really love this stuff, and just a fluffy brush from BH Cosmetics. And I'm just going to contour my face under my cheekbones. And then I go to where my temples are. Make my little Ariel fishy face. So this is just going to slim the face and give it a little more definition. Another place that I like to do a little bit of contouring is the sides of my nose and underneath the tip of my nose, because I just kind of have a larger nose, so it just kind of slims it a little bit more. Ooh, had something gross there. And then I also like to do underneath my chin. I am pregnant right now in this video, so I need all the help I can get with making my face look slim and not pudgy. The next step is to add some blush. So here's the NARS blush in the color Orgasm. Love this stuff. And I'm just using a fluffier brush from BH Cosmetics. It's just slightly bigger than the one I used for the bronzer. And I'm just going to put that over the apples of my cheeks. I kind of go a little bit heavy when I'm doing princess makeup because it does tend to fade throughout the day, especially if it's hot. So I just pack it on there a little bit more, and I also hit some natural places like my chin and the tip of my nose. Alright ladies, it's time to prime those eyes. So I love to use Urban Decay's Primer Potion. I really feel like this is a step you should not skip. This is just going to make all of your eyeshadows show up better. The color payoff is going to be great. It's going to be a lot more pigmented, especially for Ariel. We're using purples and we want it to show up and be as pigmented as possible. So an eyeshadow primer is really going to do that for you. Next, I'm going to use this Gwen Stefani Urban Decay palette that I got for Christmas. Love this thing. And using a flat brush, I'm going to use the color Skimp. Just kind of like a neutral color. Not really white, kind of more of just like a champagne color, just to really brighten the eyelids. So we're just going to put this all over the lid portion. Next, I'm going to use this eyeshadow from Hard Candy. It is a very sparkly looking eyeshadow. And I'm just going to use this on the inner corner of my eye, kind of around the tear ducts, just to brighten up my eyes. Then I have this palette from BH Cosmetics called Take Me to Brazil. I actually just got this for free when I ordered a bunch of other stuff. And it has come in really useful. There are so many purples and bright colors in here. So it's great for Ariel and for Elsa. So I'm just going to take a purple color and put some in the crease of my eye. We don't want to go overpowering purple because, again, this is Ariel and not Elsa. So we're going to stick to the crease mostly with the purple shades that we use. Then I'm going to go back with this darker purple and just kind of darken up the crease, especially focusing on the outer corner, just to give it a little bit more depth. And just make sure all of that is blended out really well. You don't want to overblend and make it really muddy looking, but you don't want to look like a drag queen either. So just blend it nicely until the colors just kind of form into one. And sometimes I sweep it underneath as well, just to, I don't know, use up the rest of the product and just make my eyes a little bit more purpley. Alright, it is time to add some eyeliner. So this is liquid eyeliner by Maybelline. It's called Line Stiletto, and it's my absolute favorite. It has a felt tip, so it really helps you to be really precise, and the step just does take a lot of practice. So I'm just going to add a line that goes gradually thin to thicker as you go towards the outside of the eye, and you really want to take your time and do this because messing this part up can make or break the look. Once you have done the basic top lash line, we're going to go back in and add a wing. So just add a little, kind of like a tilted line, and then I just drag it and fill it in. There's lots of YouTube tutorials on how to do this more precisely. So if you have trouble with it, then I would recommend going on YouTube and searching how to do winged eyeliner. So the next step is brows. And for Ariel, I like to start styling my brows the way I normally would by brushing them out with a spoolie. And I use an angled brush, and I just have some brow pomade that I got from Walmart. and it's kind of in the color, it's like a dark blonde, light brown. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fill my brows in how I naturally would, just to give them some shape and get them naturally looking how I would want my brows to look. Because what we're gonna do is just add a little bit of red on top so that they match the hair color, but I don't wanna look like a clown either. We want it to look like it's naturally growing. So going back to that Take Me to Brazil palette, there's a nice dark red. It's a matte color, which is important. We don't want sparkly eyebrows, but I'm just going to use that same angled brush that I used for my brows a second ago and lightly add in some red color. Again, we don't want to look like a clown. You want it to look natural. So I'm just going to kind of add a teeny bit and see how it just makes my brows look like a dark red. And it doesn't look drawn on, it just looks exactly how I want it. And if you don't have red eyeshadow, you could totally use a red lip liner. I would just be very, very light with it, and make sure to set it when you're done with some type of translucent powder so that your eyebrows don't smear in the middle of a party, because then children are just gonna think that your eyebrows are bleeding. Then I'm just gonna go back with the spoolie and clean them up a little bit. And if you mess up at all, then you can just use some makeup remover wipe or oil or a Q-tip and just kind of clean up any of those little edges. If it's really bad, you can put some concealer on top and clean the line up. To really make my eyebrows pop, I'm going to add a highlight color. It's from that same palette, and it is the color Blonde. So I'm just going to sweep that underneath my eyebrow right on the brow bone. And it's just kind of a slightly shimmery white color. The next part is curling my lashes, and I always do this before and after I apply mascara, of course letting it dry in between. But I'm going to skip false eyelashes for this video just because I'm not going to a party afterwards, so I felt like it was going to be a waste, but I will have a separate tutorial for that. But this is the Falsies Volume Mascara by Maybelline. And I'm just going to add a nice thick coat to the tops of my lashes, and then I'll also add a little bit to the bottom lash line as well. Moving on to lips, I'm going to use this red lip liner in the color Red Diva. Pretty sure it's by Rimmel. And I'm just going to outline the natural shape of my lips. I'm not going to make them exaggerated looking or anything like that. We just want it to look natural. And then I always go back in with the lip liner, and I actually fill in my lips with the lip liner. And this is going to ensure that if your lipstick does smear off throughout the party, which it will, there's still going to be a color there, and you're not just going to have that weird outline left and just look totally trashy. So then I'm going to go in with this Rimmel lipstick in Red Alert. And we're going to add this on top, and this is a much brighter red, but I think they go nicely together. And of course, before you go off to any party, I hope you do this normally anyway, but we're going to want to make sure we get any of the extra lipstick away from where it could smudge onto your teeth. So I like to just stick my finger in my mouth and see if any excess comes off, and then you are good to go. That is it for the makeup, and now moving on to the wig. Alright, pardon my pregnant belly. I was about to film a music video, so I had my little costume on. But the first thing you're going to want to do is get a wig cap. This is my favorite wig cap ever. I have no idea where I got it from, but it is one of the fishnet style. It's not closed at the top, it's open. So I slip it on like a headband, and you literally just kind of suck your hair up at the end by tugging on it, and then I just tuck the little end in so that it won't go anywhere, and that is it. It is the easiest one. If I could figure out where I got this from, I would buy 100 of them in every color. So more than likely, when you get the Ariel wig, it will be braided, and it will also have a hairnet over it, and both of these measures help to ensure that the wig doesn't get messed up when it is traveling in between parties and stuff. So you're just going to want to remove the T-pin, which is what keeps it on the styrofoam wig head. And then you're just going to place it over your head. And notice that I did not grab it by the bangs. you want to grab it from the front, kind of underneath, so that you don't mess up any of the styling. Then just go ahead and take out the hair tie at the end, and you can loosen up the waves and everything. And now it's just adjusting it to fit your face without really changing the overall look of the wig. So I have bobby pins, and I'm going to secure it to my head by placing a bobby pin around my temple area. So you're just going to slide them in and attach the wig to your hair. And these bangs got messed up, as you can see. So if that happens when you get it, I just grabbed them, twisted them back, and then just use the bobby pin to slide them back in place. You may be able to do it with one. If you have to use two, then go for it. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of trouble with the bangs today, so that's why you always want to give yourself plenty of extra time when you're getting ready for a party. Please don't wait till the last minute, because even people who have done a ton of parties before run into problems with wigs not cooperating, their costume malfunctions. You always want to give yourself extra time. So I'm also going to secure it at the back. This is just really to make myself feel more comfortable and guarantee that the wig is not going to slide off my head. And you never know when a kid is going to go up and try to like yank the hair. They always want to touch any of the long hair. Rapunzel, Ariel, Elsa, they want to feel it. So I would rather it be secured to your head than not secured at all, in case someone does start tugging. The next thing we're going to add is the starfish clip, and depending on if you are Ariel with the tail or you're wearing the tail dress, you may have a flower clip instead. And notice that it does go on the side without the bangs, and that is it, pretty much. So you are now ready to rock that red hair and the red eyebrows and take plenty of selfies on your phone, because you know you're going to do it, because you just look awesome. So I hope that this helped you guys, and have fun being Ariel.